It's well known that the U.S. is burdened with crushing national debt, bloated bureaucracy, and a Congress that refused to fix the issues that are most pressing to our country. For many years now, Congress just kicks the can down the road without finding meaningful solutions. Today, we have a national debt that is an absolute time bomb ticking. The thought of allowing for the current debt trajectory for my children and for many of our kids and grandkids is not something that I'm willing to do. We have members of Congress that were elected, have been elected longer than many in this body have been alive. We have federal bureaucracy that's constantly interfering with Americans' rights and dreams to pursue the American dream. Many have said that now that Trump's in office, DC is going to fix, in office, it's going to fix all the problems. But an executive order by the president is not the same as addressing our constitutional rights. While DOGE is doing a lot of great things federally, and hopefully here in Idaho we're going to see some good stuff from our DOGE committee, I believe that an Article 5 Convention of the States will cement things in our Constitution that would otherwise be left at the whims of the next administration. And the next administration could simply undo all the good work that we've seen already. This resolution is unique in that it contains 3 separate calls: one for a balanced budget amendment, one for a congressional term limit amendment, and then the third being for a call for the Convention of the States. This resolution also has a 7-year sunset. However, the legislature can rescind any of the calls at the will of the legislature. This resolution would move forward to growing the many states that have already come on board with all 3 of those resolutions. Article 5 was originally intended to allow amendments to Congress that Congress would propose and states would ratify. Yet before the Constitution was finished, the founders properly asked the question, what if Congress is actually the problem? They recognized that Congress would not reform itself if it meant limiting its own power. They recognized the dangers of a runaway Congress and the permanent ruling class. They amended Article 5 so that the states might be empowered to propose necessary amendments so that Congress would not be the obstruction needed for reform. So there's a couple ways that Article 5 of the Constitution outlines the process of amendments can be made to our Constitution. 1, amendments can be made by 2/3 of both houses in Congress, or amendments can be proposed by 2/3 of state legislatures by calling a convention of the states. Then, in both cases, the proposed amendments would have to be ratified by state legislatures of 3/4. Mr. Speaker, I believe that every individual here is elected and sitting here for such a time as this. I think that we have this tool in our Constitution for a reason. I think our founders knew, and I think they were guided by the wisdom of God to have that in there. And so, Mr. Speaker, I would ask for this body to be courageous and stand up and try to take back our government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.